Yo, what's going on, guys? Matthew here with another video, and I hope everyone's having a great day. Today, I just wanted to talk to you guys. I know it's been some time. I haven't been posting as consistently as I wanted to. Sorry, I've been slipping up here. If you guys don't know, I just had a newborn daughter, and that has consumed most of my time. And uh, I love every bit of it. Don't get me wrong, but I miss you guys too. I miss uploading, and am trying to figure out a way to get on this schedule again, because I usually don't sit in the car and make a bunch of videos like this. I do a little more editing here and there, but for the time being right now, I'm just doing what I can, right? Sometimes you gotta hit the record button and just do what you can, and then worry about things later. Everything will happen in its own time. So, as you see the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about what led me into getting my CDL. I've kind of mentioned it before in previous videos, but I've never really talked about it. And honestly, this might motivate some of you guys on getting your CDL, or if you're thinking about it, or just in general. I just wanted to talk to you guys, right? So, leading up to this, earlier this year, we're in December. It's almost into 2023. Um, I worked at FedEx Express. Now, I was there for almost 2 years, I believe, and I it was good. It was a good job. I was getting paid okay money. I had my own things, I had my own place, and um, out of nowhere, uh, through the beginning of the year, I lost a family member. So, if you guys don't know, I have it in a couple of videos previously that I lost my little brother, and it was very devastating for the family. It was the first time I've ever dealt with something like that. I think I've had like older, like grandpa. My grandpa's still around, but like my grandma passed when I was really young, and on my dad's side, his parents passed. So I've never really like got a connection with anybody when it came to how much it is to deal with, not just for you personally, but like your whole family. All the draining of, you know, the funeral and being at the hospital daily. It was a long process, and it was a lot to deal with, and it was really hard to come out of. So I was at FedEx Express. I told them about it, and one of the best things that I liked about FedEx Express is that they understood me. Like, most jobs, they really don't care, but I had built a good relationship with a lot of those guys, especially management, and they did the best that they could to make sure that I wasn't going to be going to work and they weren't going to be bugging me, right? So, last thing you want is your job calling you when you're going through a bunch of stuff like that, right? So that happened, and it took an effect on me the more I was like after it happened. It was weird. It wasn't I guess during the process I couldn't believe what was going on, and it didn't really settle in till after. So I couldn't go back to work. I was really down. Um, there was a lot of things that were just in my mind that, and I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to be at home. I gained weight. I gained a lot of weight. I was just eating a lot, and wasn't working. Didn't know where to go. I was thinking about going back to FedEx, but I was going to move where I'm at right now, which is even further away. So I was just lost, right? So after that, I had decided, okay, I'm gonna start working out. I'm gonna lose some weight, and I'm gonna figure out what I need to do next. There's an Amazon warehouse literally like 5 minutes down the road going this way, and I was like, you know what, just to get back on my feet, I'm gonna be working as a DSP driver again, not for the long run, just for the meantime, until I figure out what I want to do next. So I had planned to be there at least till sometime in 2024. But as you guys know, I had like the worst experience. And I worked at Amazon before. The DSP I was with was just not it. There was a lot of stuff going on. I was in a really bad area. Like I live in the country now, and delivering in the country for me sucks. I don't like it at all because of no connection, the mud all over the place, and dogs were like the worst. So I I was still working at Amazon, and prior to that, I was at the gym. I saw this guy walk in with a FedEx uniform on at the gym. And I thought, it was like 2 o'clock or something. It's like, what is he doing? He should be at work right now. You know what I mean? That's what I was thinking. Um, he went to go, he had his workout, and I did my workout. As we were leaving, I saw him with his uniform back on, and I just told him, "Hey, man, going off to work," or I was just trying to make small talk with him, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm working with FedEx Ground." I was like, "Oh, okay. I used to work for FedEx Express. I did delivery driving." He's like, "Oh, okay. I'm a trucker." He's like, "I drive trucks Monday through Friday, and um, yada yada yada, right?" So it struck my interest. I was like, "Okay, how much is FedEx Ground paying you?" And he told me how much it was. It was a lot of money. Can't remember exactly. And I just asked him, I was like, how hard is it? Is it that hard? He said, "Man, it's the easiest job I've ever had, or easiest thing to ever do." I guess he was in the military. He talked about how he had a CDL there, and then he's using it now. Makes a lot of money. Has a nice vehicle. Pays for his family, like his mother and his father's stuff, and takes care of his kids. He's like, I couldn't be any more happier. And I had that conversation with him, and it really just I wanted my CDL when I was at Express, right? All that stuff happened. It blew my mind out, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. It always was in the back of my mind, but talking to him made it a lot more easier to understand for some reason. And I'm glad I had that conversation with him. I'm glad I walked up to him and talked to him because he was like, you know, you need to do it. I don't understand why more people don't do it. It's easy money, and you can do a lot with that money, right? You can save it up, do something with it, and work at different jobs, and yada yada yada. He's like, "You got it?" And I was like, "No, I don't, but I want to, and you're making me want to get it." And he was just like, "Do it, man. You're not gonna regret it." So I called my girlfriend. I said, "Hey, I think I want to drive trucks, man. I think this is it. I've been a delivery driver for almost 5+ years, and it just seems like the next move to do. And it's more money, so why not, right? I've been doing this for so long, I might as well just drive a bigger truck." And obviously, she's worried because you hear about 18 wheelers and how they be flipping over and be wrecking, and people get hit by 18 wheelers and they're pretty much instantly gone, right? So she was worried, and it kind of made me worried just a little bit. But then I was like, you know what, man, I gotta stop being so scared. I'm scared to drive the truck for the first thing, but I should just go into it and walk out with my CDL, right? Just go in head first and see where it takes me. So I know when I was working at Amazon, you can get your CDL for free. So I checked in with my DSP, but they were like, "Yeah, we're just contracted with them. We don't offer none of that type of stuff. So you can go ahead and go home." So I was like, "Dang." So I was like, maybe I can go work at the warehouse for a couple months, and then from there, I can go to school, because there's people that do it right now, and they go like 2 days out of the week to school, and then the rest they go to the warehouse to work. So I was like, maybe I can do that. And I was just looking for options. Another option that came up was a Raider Express. I don't know what Raider Express is, but they were offering class, but it was over the road, and I just had a newborn daughter, so I was really worried about just being over the road and missing out on a lot of family time. So like, I want something that's gonna be more home. Even if I work 12 hours a day, if I'm home at night and I can see my daughter, that would make me 10 times more happier, right? Then as I'm looking, I search up free CDL on Google, and then I come across this Amazon ad about Amazon Freight Partner. Get paid to get your CDL. So it struck my interest, and I looked at it. It sounded good, and I was like, this has got to be it. This has got to be for me. They had just posted it like a month prior, so I immediately applied. There was two jobs near me. I applied at both of them, and then I just waited. Right, I waited about a day. I got no call back, so I was like, okay, let me go ahead and send emails. So I looked on that website. They had emails on them. I sent like some very professional emails about how I wanted to look for an opportunity with these jobs and looking forward to working with them, right? So I did that, still nothing. So I looked on the website again and I called. There was phone numbers, so I called, no answer, left a voicemail. And I was like, okay, maybe one of them will reply back to me. I think it was on that fourth day, I get a reply back from one of the companies, and he's like, hey, I seen that you sent the email out to so and so's email, and we're reaching out to you. Let's schedule an on call interview and see what we can do about this, right? So, like, okay, super excited, very excited, because I'm like, this could lead to something uh, bigger than, leading into a bigger opportunity. So, I am doing an Amazon Flex shift, and I think I was running late, but they called, and immediately I stopped everything. I stopped all the packages I was delivering, and I answered that call because I was like, they might not call back again. So I'm talking to them. We talk, and I mean, we got a good interview going on. It leads into more personal life, and we're just having a good conversation. Everything went well, and he talked about how I was very eager. That he saw that I emailed, I called. Um, I did everything. I left a voicemail. I did everything possible to get their attention, and it worked. And I was like, I'm really excited. I want to see where this can go. And even if it doesn't work out, or somehow something gets in the way, I'm still going to keep pushing and make sure I get my CDL. So he went ahead and said, okay, you're hired. This process takes a long time since we worked through Amazon, and you can expect a call back in like a week. So I was like, okay. So I wait a week. The day of my daughter's birth, I get a call from the company. Um, he calls me and he's like, "Hey man, how you doing?" It's like, "I'm doing good. I'm over here at the hospital. My daughter's about to be here any second now." He's like, "Man, that's good. But unfortunately, I got some bad news for you." And when he said that, like, my heart sunk to my stomach because I knew like I wasn't gonna have the job. So he had told me that 160 had called, and not 160, but Amazon. No, 160 called Amazon and said they had too many students, that they were bottlenecked. They didn't know that there would be this many applicants, that they had to wait until like December, or even until the new year. So he told me that. I was devastated, obviously, but it was the day of my daughter's birth, or the previous day, so I couldn't be that upset. I didn't want to show it to my girlfriend. Um, but I was like, oh well. I mean, at least I tried. Let's figure out another way. I get a call back. I get back home, and then I start calling the Workforce Commission to see if they could pay for it, or maybe I could start a payment plan with 160 Driving Academy if nothing else works. And then he calls me back when I get back at my crib. That's probably like 3 days after, 3 or 4 days after the hospital. And he's like, "Hey, I was able to contact them personally. We were able to squeeze you in. Um, it wasn't easy, but it worked out. You're going to be expecting a call back from 160 to start your school soon." Guys, I don't get no cell service over here either, but somehow that call went through. I'm always on SOS. I answered it so fast, and I'm telling you, I was so happy to hear that. I felt like, like a presence was over me and guiding me to the right direction. And we talked for a while, and then I took my DOT. I got a call from 160. I went to go take my DOT, started my class, and now I'm here in the trucking yard. I believe I'm on like my second 2.5 weeks I've been here now, and it's been a long process, man. It wasn't easy, from making the decision to go to being here now. I still don't have my CDL yet, but I mean, even if I don't pass, I'm not gonna give up now. I'm already too deep in this to give up and be like, okay, I'm not gonna get it. I could fail 5, 6 times in a row, but maybe that seventh time I'll pass it, or I could just pass my first time, right? So, um, I just wanted to share this story with you guys because it was pretty crazy. It was a lot going on. This year has been like so many ups and downs. I think it's been more down than it has been up, but I've always kept my head high, and even at my lowest, I have just kept pushing through and making sure that whatever is in front of me, it doesn't hold me back. So I'm here now, and I could say leading into next year, it looks like I will get my CDL. Like I said, I'm going to be working through Amazon for at least a year, and the plan is to get my hazmat and tankers, and fill these stations up, airports and gas stations and whatnot. But yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. If it has been all over the place, I'm sorry. I tried to make as much sense as I could, but I thought it'd be good to share my experience with y'all and how sometimes stuff is just not as easy as you think, and you got to really do a lot to get to where you want to be. So that's the moral of the story, right? Other than that, you guys have a good one. Stay safe as always, and I'll see you next time. Peace.